is, in your experience, does it help to show vulnerability? I am not the best linguist over here. I have to say that again so they can cut that part out. Okay. In your experience, does it help to show vulnerability in conversations to help others to open up about their pain?
100%. Absolutely. I think that's, all of us kind of share that that's one of the reasons that we started opening up in grief group, is that there had been people who'd been there perhaps a little bit longer than us who were already in there divulging very personal information, very hard information to share, and just completely laying it out there and being completely vulnerable with a lot of strangers, honestly. And yeah, definitely showing their vulnerability encouraged us to show ours and gave us a safe space to all do that in.
I think there's something special about grief group or other things like it, that sometimes you can be more vulnerable with strangers than you can be with your friends. And maybe it's because the heavy you bring to this room, you will not have to carry it with you into other conversations. Sometimes if you share something with a friend, though it's appropriate, they're going to ask you tomorrow about it, and the next day, and the next day, and you don't want that. You want to get it off your chest. You want someone to have heard you, and maybe you just don't want to have someone really close to you know it yet. And I think grief group allows you to see the vulnerability of strangers, and really you can open up in a different way.
Yeah, that's so true. I think for us as a group, because we were friends before we went into grief group, and we were good friends who could talk, I don't think that I felt like I couldn't share because you guys were there, but definitely there was an ease in talking to this group of people because we were all there for the same purpose, and we were all there to support each other. So going into a group where you might not necessarily know the people, but that that's everybody's purpose for being there, really goes a long way in being able to open yourself up and be vulnerable, and then close yourself back up again at the end of that conversation and go back on with your day.
Yeah. And even amongst friends, I think we would hear the struggles of our friends and still wouldn't bring it up outside of grief group unless that friend reached out and wanted to talk about it further. We really did hold that code of what stays, even if we knew the person personally, just to give them a healthy boundary and to know you can talk and it can just stay in the room.
Very true.
Yeah.